Grab a front row seat to the untold stories as we talk about how to live life on your terms. You're officially part of the inner circle. Welcome to Courtside with Courtney. And don't worry, I comped your ticket. Welcome back to another episode of Courtside with Courtney. I want to talk about a soft launch, a new soft launch era during this episode. I was thinking about this a lot over the weekend and talking to a couple of friends about it. And I love the new era that I feel like social media is in, where we're soft launching and we're having fun with it, but it's not that deep. At the end of the day, it's so funny because I think that sometimes on social media, if you have a following, people don't view you as a real person. So strange to me, but it really is true. And for me, this has just been like this realization lately where I guess that there are people that don't view people with followings as real people, but we very much are. And we do all the same things as real people. We date and we break up and we date new people and we make new friends and we do all these things that everybody else does too, which sounds obvious, but it appears it's not. So I'm just think this is like such an interesting topic to touch on. But whether it's like soft launching someone, hard launching someone, or like following new people on Instagram, I used to be so scared, not scared, but like I used to overthink following new people on Instagram, especially guys, because I would worry, oh, everyone's going to think I'm dating this guy that I just followed. When really it's like I met the guy last weekend with my friends and we're friends and we were just hanging out. It was fun and I want to be able to like follow along. It's so normal. But I feel like for the longest time, people made such a huge deal of things like that. Oh, like you're following someone new. Is this the new guy you're dating? It's really just not that serious often. And so I just kind of want social media to be fun again in that way. Like I want to be able to have that relationship with you guys. I said the other day on my story that I wanted to be able to start sharing a little bit more of my life again because I felt like for a long time I had quite strong boundaries and I definitely still do have good boundaries surrounding like my personal life versus what I'm willing to share and what I'm not willing to share. But I want to be able to share in a more fun way, I think, lately. Whereas everything for a while felt heavy and serious, I want to just be able to live my life and share it because that's why I started doing this in the first place. So whether it's like I've been dating someone for a few months or I go on a third date and I do like a get ready with me for this date or whatever it is, I want to be able to share that with you guys in a more casual way, how I would with my actual friends, like how I would call my friends and FaceTime them and be like, so I'm going on a date tonight. Here's my outfit without it being this whole, like, this is your announcement of like your person that you're going to marry. I just want to be able to have fun with it again. And whether I've been dating someone for a couple of months or I'm recently dating someone new or broken up or like whatever the situation is, I kind of want to just be able to allow that to be a little bit more light and enjoyable. And not overthink it and not have you guys overthink it because I really will like go and have a fun weekend out and follow 3 guys that I'm friends with, or maybe one of them is dating my friend, or maybe I'm dating one of them. And then 2 of them, like you just don't know, like the situation is simply not that serious oftentimes. And I want to be able to like share those things with you guys without it being like such a huge deal. You have to almost think about it as if like you were out with your friends and you don't have you haven't had a super long-term boyfriend, say you've been dating for years, whether it's like you're dating someone new or whatever the case may be, you would go out and you would meet friends, guys and girls, and you follow those people, or they would be like in the background of one of your photos, stuff like that. Like I want it to be real and just enjoyable because that's what life is. So consider this the introduction back into the inner circle of my life. I'm excited to just have fun with that again, right? And I just don't want everything to be so serious and so overthought because it's really just like not the case. If something is really serious, I will let you guys know. You'll know, and that'll be part of sharing the journey. But there's so much of even like dating someone new in the beginning that's fun. And I want to be able to give you guys little peeks, right? Someone's shoes or a drink or a glass or we're on a trip or whatever it is. I want to be able to share little peeks into it without it being this whole thing of like, oh my gosh, she's dating someone and here's a situation. Like, just let it be fun. Like, let's just let it be what it is. So I wanted to touch on that because I thought it's kind of an ode to, it's almost less about me and more just about where we are as a society. I love watching other girlies too share, like if they're going on a date or they recently started dating someone new, and some people will post like his whole ass face, like this man's whole ass face. And then 3 weeks later, they're dating someone else. And I'm kind of so here for it. Like, it's just live your life. And so for me, it's less about the severity of it or like me personally even, and more just about this new era that I feel like we kind of get to be in on social media, where we almost go back to the realness of it being a place to document your life. It's very much like a diary in a sense, right? Like, and again, there's boundaries there as far as how much I would share and the privacy and all that. But to a degree, I just want to be able to have that enjoyment factor back and have fun. And even though my platforms are large, I want to like kind of pretend like they're not, you know? The idea of that is so fun. So yeah, I just think my whole perspective has kind of recently shifted on that. And I'm over the judgment of it. I'm so over it. I said this on stories the other day. I kind of got distracted a minute ago when I was saying that. But on stories, I was just talking about how I feel like I used to be able to share more, whether it's like I got a boob job or I'm single or I'm talking to someone new and I'm so excited about them, like whatever it is, right? I want to be able to share that without it being so intense and like written in stone. And because it's just like, it's life ebbs and flows, and that's part of it. You figure out what you want, what works, what doesn't work, you move on. It's just what it is, like just not that serious. But I will obviously be serious with someone. And you'll know, it'll be fun. That'll be good times too. But I think right now I'm just enjoying the era of sharing as things come. And for anything to even get to that point, you have to progress in like a reasonable way. So you are having fun at first. I mean, you should always be having fun, but the fun era of it all, the beginning, like early stages, it's the most fun, right? But I was even thinking with boobs, stuff like that. It's like you go on and you share and people say, I want you to be transparent. There's a difference in feeling this mutual connection with you guys. I want to share because I want to. I don't feel obligated to share. That's the word. I don't want to feel obligated to get on and be like, I have to disclose. Like, I don't have to disclose anything. Frankly, I don't have to share shit if I don't want to. It's just like, I want to do it because I enjoy it. And to be able to enjoy it and get back to that place where I feel as though I can more freely share with you guys and not overthinking it. Like, you guys have to be cool about it too. I said this on my story the other day, but I said, just be cool. Be cool, because pretend like we really are friends in real life. And that's how you would handle it. And so that's what I ask of you guys too, is let's make this just enjoyable for all of us, in the same way that I would follow along with you guys and see what's going on. That's how I want you to follow along with me, as if we're just friends and we're hanging out. So whether it's boobs or boys or whatever it is, or trips, and also, like, if I want to give you guys a hint, I will. I feel like it's funny sometimes I go on a trip and I'll be getting blown up like, well, who are you with? Like, why wouldn't you share who you're with? And it's like, if I wanted to share who I was with, I would. And if I don't, like, it's not some clue murder, like mystery situation, trying to figure out like who's she with and look in the background. That's a backpack. It looks like the 15th person down in her Instagram following has a black backpack. Gotta be him. Like, you have to be kidding me. It's also so funny, the theories I've seen about who I'm dating or who I've dated in the past. Like, it is wild, you guys, what people think. And sometimes I just don't feel the need to come and correct it because it's so entertaining. But just remember, so much of it's speculation, and you know what you think you know is not necessarily true. Have y'all seen the Anne Hathaway video? I don't know what happened, but I'm assuming she didn't like the video. And so they got them taken down. I think they were all over TikTok. I think she was in Rome and she's so chic and like put together per usual. She has her hand out and she's sitting there because all these people come up to her and she's like, calma. Like, I cannot give you what you want, but I want to give you something. Like, I'll smile for a picture. It's the funniest thing. And Natalie and I joke about that all the time now. Whenever people ask questions or who are you dating or what are you doing or what are you with? We always joke, calm. Like, I can't give you all the information. I can't give you what you want. And it's kind of become like this inside joke, but I just want it to be fun again. And I don't want to feel so much pressure. It's also so much pressure, by the way, for that other person. Like, I don't want to have to explain to a guy I went on 4 dates with that if some random weird person DMs you, like asking if you're dating me, like, that's a lot for people to consume. It's too much. And so I think sometimes it has the adverse reaction. If you guys want people to share their lives and be transparent and be fun about it and actually give you tea, actually let you in, you like have to chill a little. Like you can't make it weird. And I know 99% of people that are listening are respectful of that and really cool. But of course, there's like a subset of people where it's just too much, frankly. But again, if what you want is more, you're going to get less when that happens. So I would just say calma, and then allow me to be able to like share in a fun way with you guys. Or honestly, for whatever other content creators you follow, we will share more if you are more accepting and less judgmental. The minute that you're scrolling down to guy 15 that I follow to look at his black backpack, like the minute I don't want to share anything. And it can be completely untrue, but it's just hard to enter into that. Same with the boobs. Like I was super transparent saying I had my boobs done, but there's this double-edged sword where people feel entitled to that information. And so in part, people will say things like, oh, well, you need to be honest about what you have done and your lips and the boobs or whatever else. It's like, I don't need to do anything. Like I'm choosing to be honest because I want to. But if that becomes a place where it's just rapid judgment, or that becomes a place where people spin it around, it's super manipulative, right? Because I want to be able to come on and be like, I got my boobs done. They're 385, like whatever, right? And give that information. But the minute that it's like, oh, so you're here encouraging people to get their boobs done, young girls shouldn't be watching this. It's like, that's not what I'm saying. And that's not what I signed up for. So I think to a degree, just let's like restart and make Instagram fun again. This is my petition to make Instagram great again, because I just want it to be fun and a place where we can all hang out. And I do think it's like way headed back in that direction because again, I'm seeing other girls start to share way more about their life and be able to put that back out there. But I think it's going to create such a better, more enjoyable experience for everybody if we approach it that way as a collective society. I was even thinking about this recently when it comes to Kinsley, for example, or being divorced. I want to be able to come and say, here's the thing, like my life looks different than a lot of other influencers that I even follow, right? A lot of people are married and they have kids and they have, at least from the outside, what looks like a much more traditional life in your 30s to have, right? Whereas my life, it's like I got divorced when I was like 30 years old. I share time with my daughter, with her dad. We do every other week. So every other week of my life looks so different. And I think in my mind, somewhere along the way, I almost started overthinking that too, where it was like, I don't want that to be like whiplash for people. Like one week I'm home and I'm like soccer momming it up and I'm hanging out with Kinsley every night. And then the next week I'm like out with my friends and I'm on the boat and I'm at the bar, but that's my life. Like that is my life and that is what I do. And I want to be able to have a less curated version of my life again on socials, but I can only do that if you guys are cool. I mean, I can do that anyways, but it's annoying. And like, it's not like, let's create a conducive environment where myself and people want to do that, because without that, it's not fun. It becomes unenjoyable, right? And I just want it to be enjoyable again, because I do think that there's like probably a whole group of people that can relate to being divorced or can relate to having time with your kid half the time and going out with your friends and then like really being in and all that kind of stuff. But it is kind of whiplash. Like that's a little bit about how it feels to me in real life even. And so that is my life. And I want to be able to share that with you guys without feeling like that extra added layer of judgment. Life is hard enough as it is sometimes. Like the last thing I'm going to do is come out and like expose like something that I'm already having a hard time with and be like, oh, come on, judge me for it. I can't wait. Like that sucks, you know? So for me, it's just, I want to just be able to give you guys a more real time look and glance into what I'm actually doing and how my days are. And I don't want to feel like I almost have to run something through the filter of my mind 15 times to decide how's this going to be perceived? And it's like, I'm in such an I don't give a fuck era, to be really honest with you guys. I just don't care. And so I guess I would also say, like, I think over time, I've curated such a cool audience of girls who are just like awesome that I would be friends with in real life and feel like we are friends. And whenever I go out, whether it's somewhere with Kinsley or like the guy I'm dating, like whatever it is, if I go out somewhere and I see you guys, I love when you come up to me and say hi. And it's so fun because I do feel like I know you. And you guys always, the people that come up and say hi are the people that I would actually be friends with in real life. You know, I was at the bar the other day and I was with a guy and this girl, like I saw her on her phone and she was standing right by him. And then when I walked into the bar, I was like coming, like someone I am dating, like someone I'm seeing. And so I was like coming and to go and be with him at the bar and hang out. And this girl I see on her phone notices that it's me. She's standing like right by him, not talking, just like standing there with her friend, turns and texts on her phone like, oh my gosh, Courtney Shields is at the bar. And it's like, that's weird to me. Like that's uncomfortable. It's like, I'm right there. And I was so uncomfortable for like 45 minutes after that because I felt like that's such a weird way to approach it. Just come say hi. Like I love meeting you guys. And it's not weird or embarrassing or cringy or anything to be like, hey, follow you on Instagram. Like that's not weird to me at all. I would go up to people. I was at Bridget's wedding, for example, and I'm a Paige Lorenz girly. I love Paige. I think she's so cute. And I saw her at the wedding for the first time and I followed her and I was like, oh my gosh, I follow you. I love you. I think you're so beautiful and fun, whatever. To me, that's like so much more normal than sitting there and texting someone and being like, I see her at the bar. She's over there. It's like, I feel like a zoo animal when people do that. And I really don't like it. So to be honest, I think this is just like a chatty catch up podcast episode where I just want to talk to you guys about where I'm at. But I'm so grounded right now and like good. And I feel excited to be able and reinvigorated and re-inspired to be able to share with you guys, whether it's mom life, who I'm dating, what I'm doing, where I'm traveling. Just would say, try to create for both myself and really anybody that you follow a platform that feels conducive to that type of vulnerability and honesty, because otherwise it's just not enjoyable. And this, I think over time, because I've been doing this for so long and I've been under a microscope for so long, I have these like weird fears of, I don't want anyone to twist my words and think I'm not grateful that people are invested in my life and want to know what's going on. I 1,000,000,000% am so grateful that people want to know my life because I wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have a career if you guys didn't care about my life. I love that you care. It's like, I almost want to do it in a way where it like brings you guys closer though. Cause I think when it's like this middle ground thing, you're speculating on what you think might be going on, but it's like, I'd rather kind of just be able to tell you and have you be cool about it. Like have you be respectful about the fact that I'll share what I want to share, just like any other friend would. Like with my best girlfriends, I know that if they call me and they tell me something about it or something that they're going through or talking to a new guy, or like, I want to ask them all the questions and be there. If I like hear something or see something and they haven't mentioned it yet, it's probably because they aren't ready to tell me that yet. Or it's probably because they want to have like some level of privacy. I'm also fine with that. But it's like, I want to be able to bring you guys a little bit closer in even and show you, here's my outfit for this date. And I just got back from a date, you guys. I had the best time. Like it was so fun. I'm blah, 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 right? Like I want to be able to let you guys in on that without it being this like covert mission to figure out more than I'm willing to share. So I guess the ask is like, let's sort of reset the standard for what's okay, what's cool, what's respectful. And I will like reset the standard for myself as well and share more if you guys like, let's just respect that boundary a little bit too. And I know there's like a whole subset of people that are going to go and do whatever they want to do regardless. But for those of you guys who have been here, like I just am so grateful that I want to re-have that connection with you guys in a way that's like fun and exciting. And I want to be able to let you guys in on it. And it's funny because whenever I see people out, like I'll tell you guys, like whenever we're out and I'm like with a guy I'm dating or something and people are like, is that the guy you're dating? I'm like, yes. And it's like, I feel like we're friends. Like it's not this thing of like, I'm never like hiding something. If I'm sharing it out there, it's like, I'm not trying to hide it. It's more just like, I do have a boundary surrounding how much of that I'm willing to share. And I just want that to feel like, okay for everybody. So I hope all that makes sense. I'm excited. I'm feeling reinvigorated to give you guys a little tea, And that I think is going to be so fun. And it's okay if there's a backpack in the back of my photos. You know what I mean? Just never know. You never know. All right, guys, welcome back to the Inner Circle. I will see you in the next podcast episode. Love you. Bye. And obviously, if you want the tea, I guess stories and TikTok, we're going to do it over there too. So make sure you follow along. I love you guys and stay safe out there. Bye.